You want to be a baller? I can make you a baller. Welcome back to Path to the Pitch where ball is life. Thank you guys so much for stopping in and checking out the video. Today we have an IQ POV video where I'm going to be going through two of my games and giving you guys why do I play the way I play, what makes me play the way I play, and while I'm playing the way I play, what am I looking at, what am I looking for, and then what am I executing on, the reasons I'm making my decisions. Here are some ideas of things we're going to be going over, just some things to look for. We're going to be reading the defender, watching the tempo of the control, the first touch, decisions, my body positioning, and shielding the ball and creating advantages. And then my decision making, which will translate into the speed of play, and then understanding patterns and confidence in my mentality. Those are all the things we're going to be going over in this video. So if you are looking to elevate yourself, you are looking to get smarter and play more efficient, this is the place to be. Now see, the joy of futsal is things have to happen so fast. As you guys can see, he has 3 players on him. I tried to create a space in the middle for him to feed me. I moved out of the space so then my teammate over there can receive the ball because I was drawing in defenders. So a lot of it is just really recognizing where everyone is. As you can see, 2 of my teammates are there. Look where I am in my spacing. I'm checking my shoulders, seeing where I need to be at. I've already opened up all the way to the side. That wasn't the best decision for them, but because of my spacing, right, I could take him line, but there's no need, right? I wanna be able to control the game. Controlling the game doesn't always equal goals, right? It's always controlling the opportunities that the other team can have because you are making sure that you're taking care of the ball. And then when you're in positions like this, right, you're leaving space for your teammates, you're trying to find space for yourself, you're trying to be helpful on and off the ball. So right, tracking back, even though it's not my responsibility right there, right, everyone's doing their part, I'm looking for space, I beat him, I can find that other corner, I just couldn't get it there. But as long as you're recognizing all of these things as you're playing and making notes of these things, and then when they come up again, you're trying to do something different. If you're not getting the result you want, that's going to make you the best player you can humanly be. Another thing that's really important is just like being patient with your teammates, right? The thing is like everyone, even here, even though we have ratings and scores for all that, you know, a lot of us don't understand how to play futsal, don't understand that, you know, different ways and different, like the actual mannerisms of playing professional. Now, I'm not saying that because I believe we should be playing as professionals for free or anything of that nature. What I'm saying is once you're in an environment where that's your normal, everything changes because your expectations of what you can do will change. Now right there, as you can see, he had space. I wanted to give him the ball to take space to have a shot, but he didn't do it. He wanted to pass it, which is fine, right? I'm trying to win at the end of the day. I'm not necessarily looking at how many goals can I score, how many things can I contribute. Like those are great things to win the game. I just want to win the game overall. Whatever I got to do to make sure that's the actual idea. Look at that. Boom. Beautiful. The idea of that, right? We just got to sit with it. So some of the things I want to talk about is reading the defender, how I'm scanning the defender's hips and feet before every touch, noticing whether they're aggressive or waiting, adjusting my tempo, using small feints to test the reaction and collecting information, identifying the defender's weak shoulders and attacking the side. Personally, I don't care what's your strong side or weak side. I will take whatever I want whenever I want because I've trained myself to be able to do those things. Meaning, right, to be able to go and not have enough energy that you're not necessarily broken down by being 2v3'd or sorry, not 2v3'd. You're not overwhelmed by being 1v3'd or 1v2'd. I don't mind if you have 3 defenders on me. I don't care. It doesn't matter how many defenders you will have on me. I will be successful. Boom. Right? The idea with that shot, I'm trying to fit it in that small gap we all saw, right? I just needed to keep my toe. As you guys saw, I just feinted, right? He didn't play it to the correct area, but because I'm on my toes, I can shift quickly. I can, whatever he gave me, I can make with it, right? If you're not paying attention, if you're not present, if you're not working on your own abilities, these things are going to be very hard, especially when you take it to a smaller field where you don't have the time and space to be technically not sound. And there's a great team goal right there where laid it off. We got to touch on it. But it just comes down to reps, guys, right? They're both committing to that, right? Because they both don't want to lose. So everyone's doing their part. Tempo controlling, right? If you guys notice, when I do have the ball, my decisions with the ball, those are so important. Why I'm changing the speed is more important than being fast. Slowing down to freeze a defender, then exploding past. Using pauses, hesitations, and rhythm shifts to stay unpredictable. When you watch me play, these are all things that I do at a very, very consistent level, right? And it's just about, right? Everyone's committing forward. I don't need to be there. Where do I need to be? There, because that's where we need me to be. Then I can shift the ball. Because if I hadn't left that position open because I wanted to go attack, my team, we would have lost, right? Looking for, right? Trying to find all the who's open and who wants the ball. It's not about playing safe. It's not about necessarily not being there for my teammates, right? But if I'm the deepest person, right, there's only me. I can only have myself because nobody has came behind me to drop behind me, right? These moments you got to pick up shield. There's space inside. He should have touched it over to him because he didn't. There was no chemistry to know that they do those things. But you know, all in all, these are just great things to do when you're playing. Let's see where he goes. Look at his shot. I wanted to touch it, right? I wanted to have a little flick on it, but I wanted him to have his shot because I want him to score. But these are just small decisions. These are just small parts to the game that we ultimately have to go through to be a better player. Game two, and plenty of things to learn along with it too. Body positioning and shielding, as you guys saw from my other clip that we were just going through, I was keeping my body between the ball and the defender, so he was behind me. You could see the shadow, right? As soon as I saw the shadow, I'm like, I need to put my body literally in between me and the goal, so he can't do anything as well. Using your shoulders, drops, and body angles to manipulate their movement. Using body angles to manipulate their movement. Staying low and balanced to react to instantly. Staying low and balanced to react instantly, right? Like I said before on some of my other videos, you cannot be a real footballer without working on specific things. You can't be a baller without working on agility, because without you working on agility, you cannot have the balance, the technical, even power to be able to distribute all of your actual abilities, because you'll be unbalanced and unable to find a middle ground to where you can actually feel comfortable to push it all out, feel comfortable to actually do it. So sometimes you guys realize that you guys' shoes are just too tight, or maybe they're not right. Like, right, I slow him down, I open the space, I'm looking behind to go through the layers. Now, if he had received it with the left and turned it over to his right to protect the ball, cool. But we still got the ball in an advanced position to attack, right? We're looking for probability. If it's not on, don't play it. Just play simple. Someone else might have a better idea, a better choice, because we're working together as a team. It's not about what I want. It's not about me making all the plays. It's about when I receive it, what plays can, look, body in front of the ball. That was the only thing I needed to find the corner, but I was trying to go through his legs because I thought he was going to cover the corner. But once you go through and see a bunch of these people, you know who's going to commit to certain things and who's not. They have the character or they don't. When you play at the highest level, those are just the smallest things that you see along with their ability. Then you can understand what they're willing to do and what they're not willing to do, right? He was trying to fit it in there, my timing was off, but we're both looking for each other. Since he got beat, I had to go, and I had to go cover for him. And that's fine, we're teammates. I want to go do that for him. I want to win. So creating advantages, using small touches to stack the defender behind me, turning tight spaces into 1v1s. So what I mean by stack the defenders, right? When you hold it, you draw players into you, right? that messes up their own formation, that messes up their own positioning, because they are not where they need to be at. So by doing that, even if we are playing pickup futsal, the same things apply, because it's football. There's no, unless we're playing a team that's playing a different way, everyone's playing futsal just like they would play 11s, and it's the same exact thing, because futsal was made, and then 11s was made from futsal. Look at that goal, right? But it's positioning and learning where to be at, right? Reading the play. I know what he's gonna do, so I already know by that time where to position myself. Then it's just, where do I need to hit it? Am I balanced? Because you can't be expected to finish balls you're unbalanced on. I mean, you can be expected. That doesn't mean you're gonna do it. Got lucky right there. I pulled up. I made sure to give some effort to go have a touch on it. I'm just giving a lot. Right? I don't have many options, so I try to be of service for him so we can win. We almost got that goal. That was a good opportunity given to him, our center back. But we have a couple of things left before we are done with the video. Decision-making speed. So, as you guys have seen throughout the video, I've explained my choices and why am I doing certain things. Why simple decisions often beat flashy ones. And reading your teammates' movements while dribbling. Now, the problem is when your teammates don't move while you're dribbling and just take space. That's really not helpful. I need people to move and pull players so I can use this space accordingly, not stand in it. If you're gonna stand in it, you're gonna have to be a pick, but this isn't futsal. When you're playing 11s, when you're playing futsal, you can play as a pick. That's why they have a pick in basketball, because basketball was made from futsal. It was made futsal and football, like not American, like real football, is made for the people, guys. The sooner you guys realize that, the sooner you guys will really lock into this being the best sport for you. Pattern recognition, seeking repeating defensive habits and exploiting them, understanding when defenders overcommit and hesitate, using previous plays to set up the next one. Next is confidence and mentality, stay calm even when pressured, trusting my techniques and instincts, playing with intention instead of reacting randomly. And all in all, it just, you know, the things I'm giving you will make you a better player. You just have to apply them to yourself. Thanks for stopping, checking out the video. I do appreciate you, and see you guys later.